Let's have a look at Firefly Semantics Slice's Active Entity State API. This API is used to tag some of the entities that we are working with as active. For example, if you're on Facebook, you'll see that some of your friends are currently active. In the description below, we've provided a link to the Stackblitz that we're going to be using for the demo, as well as the written tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is head over to the written tutorial and we'll open up our Stackblitz. So first, let's go to developer.fireflysemantics.com and go to the search field and type in active. And go down a little bit, click on the guide. It should look like this. And then we'll go down to the Stackblitz and click on it, open it up in a new tab. And now we're ready. The code is written in pure TypeScript, and we'll start off with a to-do class instance. And so you can imagine that we have multiple to-dos in an application, and we want to tag some of them as active because those are the ones we're currently working on, for example. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new entity store for our to-dos. So we're doing that up here. And then we're going to go ahead and create some to-dos. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 to-dos like that. And we'll put the first two on an array, and then we're going to initialize our store using that array, like that. And then we'll go ahead and add the first two to-dos to the store's active map. And so this basically tags the to-dos as being active. If we want to see which to-dos are active, we can go ahead and grab a snapshot like this. Let active to-dos equal to-do store active snapshot. And if we log that, we'll see that we get 2 to-dos that are active. 1, 2. We can also access our map of active to-dos directly. And so here we'll just go ahead and grab the first active to-do, active 1, we'll call it. And the way we do that is we go to-do store.active.get, and we pass in the ID of the to-do, the global ID. And if we console log that, we'll see that we get that to-do console logged here. We can also remove active entities from our map. So we'll do that by calling delete active to-do 1. And what that does is remove that from the map of active entities. And then we can call to-do store.active snapshot to get the remaining active to-dos. And if we console log that like this, we now see that there's only 1 to-do on the active map. And another thing that we wanted to touch on is we've gone ahead and deleted the to-do, as we can see here, from the active to-dos. Now, when we do this, it only removes it from the list or collection of active to-dos. It doesn't remove it from the store. So if you go down here and console log store contents, we see that the store still has 2 active to-dos in it. Now we're going to go ahead and observe our active to-dos. And we do that by calling observe active on the to-do store. And that'll produce an observable for us. And the type will be of type map string to-do. So now that we have the observable here, we can go ahead and subscribe to it. The subscription function takes a map string to do argument. And once we have that, we'll go ahead and turn that into the array of active to-dos. And since it's a map, we need to run array from and then get the values of the map, and we'll turn that into the active to-dos array here. So if we console log the initial value given to our subscription by commenting out the console and then opening up our demo, we see that the observed entities, which are the active to-dos, is the first 2 entities that we added as active to our to-do store. And if we add another entity as being active, let's go down here, and first we'll post entity 3 to the store, and then we'll go ahead and add it. And when we added it, we see that the subscription fires, and now we have 3 active entities in the store. We can also mark an entity as no longer being active by calling delete active on the store. So we'll go ahead and unmark to-do 3 as being active by calling that. And so we can see that initially our subscription fires with all 3 entities, and once we've called delete active on to-do 3, then that's no longer in the active entities. And one more thing that we wanted to touch on is that we've called delete active on the store here. And when we do that, that removes the entity as an active entity, but it doesn't remove it from the store. And so if we console log the contents of the store, like that, we see that all 3 entities are still in the store. And the last thing that we wanted to show is that if we delete an entity completely from the store by calling delete and then passing in the entity, it'll also remove it from the list of observed active entities. And so let's go ahead and clear out this demo. We have our console log statements within our subscription active. So if we refresh like that, we see that initially we're getting the 2 to-dos that are active in the store logged. And then after we do this deletion of the to-do 1 entity, it refires the subscription and we see that there's now only 1 active entity. We really hope you enjoyed this guide. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.